Okay, who would like to read the I can statement? Who would like to read it on page 243? Okay, thank you.
I can divide a unit fraction by a whole number using a visual fraction model.
Okay, good. So we're going to divide a fraction by a whole number. Now, what is the one thing we need to remember when we divide? What's our rule? Yeah, don't kill people or animals with math. Okay? We don't want to divide up any living thing. Okay, so if you understand that concept, that's going to help you to know what are we dividing up. Okay? Oh, it says, a recreation center has a batting cage with a machine that pitches balls to the batter. 5 friends sign up for a half hour of time in the batting cage. If they share the half hour equally, how much of a whole hour will each friend get in the batting cage? Okay, now you guys up here, else I'm going to turn on computers. Okay? Eyes need to be up here when I say do something on the computers, then you can do it. Okay? Alright, so we know that we have to divide up the time that they get to spend in the batting cage, right? Mm-hmm. So what would our equation look like then? What do you think?
5 times 1/2.
Okay, we're dividing up the time equally, so are we going to multiply? Okay, so we don't want to multiply, we want to do what? Divide. Okay, what's my equation going to look like? Okay, so I've got 5 friends and they get a half an hour. The 5 friends have to step. Okay? Okay?
5 divided by 1/2.
Okay, let's look at that. Let's go. If I do 5 divided by 1/2, what am I dividing up? 5. The 5. What does my 5 represent?
5 friends.
The 5 friends. Do we divide up our friends? So what? You give an arm to, the one arm gets to have a half an hour, the other arm gets to have. We don't kill people with math. Okay, so if we do 5 divided by 1/2, we're killing people with math. We don't kill people. What is it that we're dividing up? The time, right? We're dividing up the time. We're not dividing up the people. So what comes first? 1/2. Good. So 1/2 divided by 5. Okay, let's model it. So what are we going to start with? A half piece, right? So everybody drop over a half piece. Okay, now why would I bring up both of those half pieces? Because we still need to look at the whole, right? We still need to look at the whole hour to find out what we're going to divide each piece into. But what are we actually looking at? Just this amount of the whole, right? Okay? So if we're going to take 1/2 and divide it by 5, what am I going to do? Yeah, you got to cut it into, I don't cut it into 5 pieces. Which way am I going to go? This way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I've cut my whole into 5 pieces, right? Again, we're still looking at this part of it. But we needed to look at the whole to see what the whole is now cut into. What is the whole now cut into? Tenths. Yeah. And if you are one of the friends, how much of the hour do you get to be in the batting cage? One of them, right? Because you're just one of the friends. So what is that fraction then? 1/10. So 1/2 divided by 5 equals 1/10. Okay? So each friend will get 1/10 hour in the batting cage. All right, turn the page. Okay, it says the distance around the track at the recreation center is 1/4 mile. Maida, Will, and Holly plan to divide the distance evenly to practice sprint. What distance does each person run? Okay, so we have our hole, right? It says the distance around the track at the recreation center is 1/4 mile. So my rectangle here represents what? Not yet, it doesn't. It equals 1 mile, right? So we're looking at what piece of that mile? 1/4. So what do I need to do to my, split it into fours, good. And what are we looking at? This little section right here. That's what we're looking at. So 1/4 mile, right? Okay, so then it says Maida, Will, and Holly plan to divide the distance evenly to practice. So first off, what is our division problem? Not 1/4 divided by 1/3. That means you're saying that 1/3 of that person is going to share. Okay, what are we dividing up? The track. And how much of the track are we looking at? 1/4. So we're dividing up 1/4. Amongst how many people? Oh, don't kill people with math. 1/3 is a third of a person. Divided by 3 people. Good. Okay, so we're up. I've got people looking at computers again. Eyes up here, please. So we're looking at this area right here, which is our 1/4. Now what do we need to divide that 1/4 into? 3 pieces, right? But do I only do the 1/4? No, I do the whole. Okay, so now what is my track cut into? 12. Everybody thumbs up if you understand where I got the 12 from. Good. Okay. How much will Maida run then? If they're splitting up this much area, how much will Maida run? One of them. So what is the fraction right there? 1/12. So 1/4 divided by 3 equals 1/12. Good. Okay, number 2, I'm stepping out on page 245. 1/3 of the recreation center pool is reserved for lap swimming. If this part of the pool is divided equally for 2 swimmers, what fraction of the pool will each swimmer have? Okay, so I have my pool. Well, first off, what are we doing? We're splitting it into. Okay, but first off, let's get the equation. So let's talk about what our equation would be. What do we have? 1/3 of the swimming pool is being divided amongst 2 people. So what's my equation? 1/3 divided by 2. Okay? Alright, so first off, this is our whole swimming pool, right? Are they splitting up the whole swimming pool? Are the two people gonna share the whole swimming pool? No, they're gonna share how much? 1/3 of the swimming pool. So what do I first need to do? Split it into thirds. Good. And I'm looking at 1/3 of it? Yep. So this is the part of the pool that these two people are going to divide equally amongst themselves. Okay? So there's the 1/3. We got that represented out here. Right? Now we need to divide by 2. What am I going to do? Split it up. Do I want to do this much? No, I have to do the whole thing. Now, how much does one swimmer get?
1/6.
They get that portion, right? So what is that fraction? Because what is our whole split into now? 6. And they get how much of that 1/3 piece? 1 of it. So 1/3 divided by 2 equals 1/6. Okay? Alright, I want you to go down to check for understanding. And I want you to be doing this in your book. So put your computers to the side, please. Because it does say draw fraction strips to find the quotient. I'm not going to make you draw fraction strips. I'm going to have you do just what we did here and what we have done in our math tests all year long. Have we done this before?
Yes.
We have, right? You just guys didn't know you were doing it. You were already doing your math for 10.2. Okay, it says 1/6 divided by 2. Now, the way that you always know I always talk about cakes, right? So, if we talk about a cake, we have a cake, a birthday cake, that was cut into how many pieces? 6. Right? All of it was eaten by what? 1/6 of it, right? So everybody came over for your birthday and ate it, but this was what was left over. Well, the next day, you and your friend came home from school and you wanted a snack. How much of that cake was still left? 1/6 of the cake. And you said, hey, I've got birthday cake left over. Do you want to split it? So how would you split what's left here? Yeah, divide it by 2. So 2 people can have it. Well, how much of that cake now do you get? Yeah, because our whole is now cut into 12, and you get 1 of those pieces. So 1/6 divided by 2 equals 1/12. I want you to draw this in your book. This is how we're going to model it. Okay, number 3. 1/2 divided by 3. What portion is being divided? What portion is being divided? 1/2. 1/2 is being divided into 3. Don't say 1/3. There's a whole difference if we say it's being divided into 3 pieces, 3 groups, whatever you want to say. Okay, how do I represent this number then? Yep, a whole. Split into half. What portion am I looking at? 1/2. That's one of them. Okay? Now that 1/2 is divided into what? 3. Okay, what's my whole cut into now? 6. How much do I get? 1. So 1/3 divided by 3 equals 1/6. Okay? All number 4, I'm going to come around. I want you to show me 1/3 divided by 4. 1/3 divided by 4.
Okay, good. Now, how much of that is think of it as cake, and 4 of your friends came over. How much of that cake do you get? Good. 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 Good.
Okay, excellent. Our whole was first cut into what? Thirds. How much of that are we looking at? 1 of those thirds, right? So we have 1/3 of the cake left over for you and 3 friends, so 4 total come over. You say, hey, let's eat the rest of my birthday cake. So what am I going to cut this into?
4 pieces.
4 pieces. So now my whole would have been what if it would have been all there? 12. And how much of that cake do you get? 1 of them. Hey, fist to 5 on how you feel about this concept. Ooh, I'm glad to see so many 5s. I think we have done this enough with math tasks that has helped us, right? In understanding this. Okay, your assignment is 10.1, front and back. Or sorry, 10.2. I will get into groups. So get yourself into your first group, please.